Hey, Commander. What's up? Okay. So last time we finished Route A. Now we're doing Route B, and... Well, I think Route B was where you do the investigation on the Ivanov guy. Ah, yeah, that is the one. Investigation into the committed atrocities is not going to be very straightforward. Who could have information on them, and where and how could it be obtained? Yeah. Even talking about the wrong person could be there for you if you're not truly behind the massacres. Yeah. Recently another stream. You saw me in another stream? Maybe a rerun, I guess. Or maybe in the chat, I suppose. And yeah, I remember seeing you in that chat too. While I have been pondering this dilemma, the battle have kept raging on. Government forces have made surprisingly little progress even after conquering the heavy vehicle factory. Yeah, that was the last mission where you're separated in the categories, or where you can get the other endings. Didn't know you were a mod in Josh. Yeah, I'm a mod since 2016, 17? No, 15 even. 14 or 15 even, yeah. Because back then there was no VIP thing, and then he just modded me, and then I just helped out in chat sometimes here and there. But now he has a professional team, so I'm always too slow. Like every time there's someone to ban, someone else banned them already, and I'm like, god damn it, too slow. But yeah. After some denying work, the main reason for this appears to be not Ezekiel's wheels tanks, stealth tanks that perform surgical strikes on bases, harvesters, and vulnerable supplies. Another problem is the surprisingly fast rate of Tiberium growth on communist-controlled territory, which gives the enemy a high amount of Tiberium to harvest for resources. And the third problem is that the communists seem to get significant extra manpower in the form of mercenaries from other ex-Soviet countries. With the enemy in control of the eastern state border, you are unable to stop the flow. You have often been discussing these three issues with Ivanov at the government military HQ with the help of your most loyal contacts. These meetings have allowed you to conduct careful research into the internal government files. These were the missions we did in the A route. There's an archive of communications, both physical and digital mail, and reports between many high-ranking government officials that is kept on a server located in the government tech center. The tech center itself is a large government base that is situated far from the front line. Infiltrating it will hopefully answer your questions. Oh boy, okay, so we do the different missions. So before we did the 3 missions he just mentioned, and now we're infiltrating the base to get the information. Could raise suspicion, so it's safer to send a spy. There's a little room for failure. You need to, despite avoid patrols, infiltrate the tech center, fetch the documents from the archive, and escape. This is your best chance of discovering the truth about government involvement in the atrocities. If the spies get caught, internal security levels will surely be raised within all government-controlled territory. Damn, I really like that they made 3 paths for an RTS. This is really cool. Alright, so we have a stealth spy mission. Also, I look a bit pale, or just dark in the stream, so turning the lights on. Wake up. You need to promise blah blah blah. You know that the tech center in the heart of government area has communication data between the different governments, official information. Cool. Once again, find the terminal. No patrols on the way. We can take this spot. Grab the communication data from the console. Get back to the car at the entry point. Oh boy, I don't like this. Yeah, this is a very, very different mission.
Reporting.
Time to for a tech center.
At once.
No doctors on the way, we can take you.
Agreed. Of course. Of
But my...
course. Very well. At once. Agreed. Agreed. Of course. At once. At once.
Like I'm thinking that there might be like different buildings as well, where you can go in and get even further information, I suppose.
Very well.
So we will just scout the map a bit.
Very well.
Ah, there's a dead end.
Agreed.
Already getting spooked.
Agreed. At once. Very well. Agreed. Of course. At once. Agreed. Very well. Very well. Of course. At once. Of course. Very well. Very well.
I'm just gonna
Agreed.
scout
Of
first.
course. Agreed.
More vision, more information.
At once. Of course. Agreed. At once. Agreed. Of course. Agreed. Of course.
Because I doubt that this is going to be a short mission.
Very well.
Like, it said like, oh yeah, just get the information and then leave, but
Agreed. Agreed.
as how I know this, there might be like some additional condition.
Agreed. At once. Of course. Very well. At once. Of course. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Of course.
Oops.
Very well.
Don't want to abort.
Of course.
Okay, so... Wait, what? Oh, I can... Oh, they made it on purpose that I cannot... Okay, that's kind of funny. I thought I will just, you know, get in the other buildings too, but I can only go into the tech center.
Very well. Very well. Agreed. Very well. Agreed.
Look at these houses.
Very well. Of course. At once. Agreed. Agreed. Of course. Very well. Of course. Of course. Agreed. Of course.
You, Alex? How are you doing? I'm doing good,
At once.
Cannot complain. Yesterday I had a really great training day. Like, I felt super powerful and my jumps were really good. And today everything hurts.
Agreed. Very well.
It's like the complete opposite. So I feel like completely broken. But well, that's what happens if you train intense. Ah, it's okay.
Agreed. At
How are you doing?
once.
How's everything on your side?
Agreed. At once. At once. At once.
I need to be careful. I think they can drive over me.
Of course.
Don't want that to happen. And I said I want to scout the entire map, just in case.
Very well. Very well. Very well. Of course. Of course. Very well. Of course. Very well. Of course.
Literally nothing, really.
At once.
Like, I feel like the...
Of
Oh, you
course.
cannot go there even. Alright.
Of course. Very well.
Like, I also feel like... Yeah, as I said,
Agreed.
the car will probably explode or get taken down or whatnot.
Agreed.
Okay, so there's just water.
At once. At once. Very well.
Is there like maybe a box somewhere? Sometimes I like to do it. Oh look, there's even a guy.
At once. Very
Like a
well.
box hidden somewhere
At
here.
once. Agreed. At once. At once. At once.
Okay, you cannot go
Agreed.
there. Alright.
Very well.
Also, I love that they took this ominous music soundtrack
Of course.
while doing a stealth mission to figure out what's going on.
Very well. At once. Agreed. Agreed. Of course.
Okay, you cannot click there.
Very well. Of course.
While gaming a bit myself. Yeah, sounds good, sounds good.
At once.
Chill time is also nice time.
Agreed.
Yeah, like, I just sent all the kids to bed,
At once.
and the youngest one is also sleeping, so it's like, yeah, I have some time to do some gaming. I wanted to do some multi-world randomizer with the hackathon people, but nobody responded, so I was like, okay, then I will just stream instead.
Very well.
Because I started, instead of only doing StarCraft all the time, they have now Oxygen not included in beta. And I tried out Oxygen not included, and it's super fun to do in Archipelago as well.
At once. At once. Agreed. Once.
Yeah, I'll just do this. I don't care about that, that's just the street.
Agreed. Agreed. Of course.
Okay, this is a bit...
At once.
No, like, see, I so hardly doubt that this is the end of the mission, because this is way too easy. So there must be like something like, oh, you hacked this, and then like, oh no, you need to survive.
Of course.
I forgot who it was. Someone came into my stream and said like, oh yeah, you better leave your spy alive because it gives you an extra condition. I think that might be it.
Of course.
That this is the mission he was thinking of. Because the other one, he definitely dies. Okay, let's see.
First objective met.
Oh, they made... We've got the interval now, we need to access a con... Oh my god! Okay, they made it a mission inside a mission. That is really, really cool. I didn't expect that.
Very well. Of course. Very well.
It also a new map load because like my number got taken,
Agreed.
like the hotkey.
At once. At once. Very well. Of course.
What's
Very
this?
well.
Why is
Very
there
well.
a corpse?
Agreed. Agreed. Of course. At once. Very well.
Scientist. Fallout 1 moment. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me too. Like suddenly the isometric map.
Very well. Of course. Of course. Very well.
Civilian. Whoa! Duck.
At once, of course. At once. At once. Agreed. At once. At once. Of course. Agreed.
Is there anything you can do here? The terminal seems to have some map data. Ooh. Oh. Look at that.
At once.
They actually added some stuff like that.
Agreed.
And this always reminds me of Dune. The way it looks.
Very well. Agreed.
What's wrong, Kali? Ayo, Kali, but it's so late already. Papa is streaming. Say hi, people. Or say hi, chat. If you wanna sit here with Papa, you can, but Papa is gonna be busy, okay? Yeah, come. Oh, voila. Look, I say hi, Kali.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have the camera on for obvious reasons, but
Agreed.
still here. Ooh, what's this? Damn, the damage being caused and turning with absent in front, it's gonna kick some serious commies. What is this?
Agreed.
Battle rig.
Agreed. Of course. At once. Of course. Agreed. At once. Agreed. At once.
Mhm.
Of course.
How are you, Kali? People are asking how you're doing.
Agreed.
She's shy now. She doesn't understand. It's
Very
okay.
well.
It's okay, Kali.
At once.
Yeah, Papa is talking with uncles and aunties, yeah?
Very well.
Why didn't I get something like this the entire game?
Ready and waiting.
And now we
Very
find
well.
it in the hidden base. It's okay. As I said, I will. What's this?
Agreed.
Seems the government also has its own chemical weapon program. And it's the silo. Tiberium.
Agreed. Very well.
Anything? No, you cannot go there. Okay.
Agreed. At once.
Okay, quickly before the doggo is coming here.
Of course.
I said, wait, I didn't check this generator. Ah. Or actually, I think those don't work. Ah, it's okay.
Very well.
Let's see what's here.
At once. Of course. Very well. Agreed. Of course.
No.
Of course.
What's this?
Agreed.
Nothing?
Very well.
Really?
Very well. Very well.
I feel I'm just saving in case I need to redo this,
Of course.
because most of the time we hit stuff in somewhere in between where you need to get the trigger, like here. I just know from before to just stand in front and something might happen.
Of course.
And we were lucky. Like here, we just got it automatically. Here was no trigger, which is weird. But yeah,
At once.
we'll see.
Agreed.
Let's get everything here too. Anything?
Of
Nope.
course. Of course. Very well. At once. Very well.
Ich kann nicht gut schlafen.
You wanna sleep with Mama?
Ich will mit dir schlafen.
Ayo. Mama is scolding you. Okay, listen. 10 minutes and then you go to Mama to bed, okay? Okay.
Of course. At once. Agreed.
Inserting memory card. Suddenly injecting software. Suddenly putting a PlayStation. Copying data complete. Okay. Object.
Very well. Agreed. Of course.
Alright, we've got the data time to need to head back to the car.
Agreed. Very well.
Now, how could Kali even sleep without a big hug and a good kiss?
Very well.
Joke on you. Or,
Very well.
well, not joke on you. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. I already did that.
Very well.
But then said she couldn't sleep. Now she's sitting here on my lap. It's okay.
At once. Of course. Very well. Very well. Very well. At once. Very well.
The Hotel besser. Yeah, well, before she goes away. Before she goes to my wife, I'll do it again. Oh, look! Map transition happening again. Wow, it's lagging a bit, but it's not too bad. Okay.
At once.
Get big core.
Of course. At once. At once.
I'm a bit disappointed that this is really all there is to this investigation mission. I thought like there's going to be like some hidden things, but maybe it's still happening. Nonetheless, I really like the idea or the way they've done it, that there is a map transition. Like for a stealth mission, this was very easy, but I don't mind too much. Now we have the data mission accomplished. Yeah, okay, that's truly it. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, we will see in the next description if there is anything else to it or not. Because normally it will show like if I manage to do the extra condition. Data you gather was vast. There was no quick way to go through it all, dozens and dozens of pages of letters and reports. But after spending many sleepless nights on the Thames, the situation seemed clear. The highest military leadership has been told to neutralize any civilian that could potentially side with the communist movement. Civilians who seemed unlikely to change their mind to cooperate with Ivanov's government were to be especially targeted. Only Ivanov himself wields the power for giving this kind of order. Toyga has not executed this order very efficiently, which is not surprising from him. But Toyga has not been completely passive. He has given his subordinates total freedom to loot and destroy the homes of any potential descendants. As while individual soldiers are involved, Ivanov and his government can be seen as responsible for the slaughter. Wow, suddenly turning red. No. You'll have to be prepared carefully. Oh, look, the icon changed. Interesting. Oh, because now you have a different route. Okay, so this is like a pre-mission, and now you have like a different organization you're joining or something like that. Okay, but it seems like there's no extra here, at least right now. We'll need to check. What's wrong?
I found that over.
You wanna sleep on the couch? Okay, go. Good night, Kali.
Oh.
Yeah, Mama's heat bag. Can you leave it there? Mama's looking for it later, okay? I am back. Okay.